You're watching a Voice for Men News Weekly with Nerdy Dancing.
Good evening, everyone. This is Nerdy Dancing with the AVfM site news for the week. It's been another busy week at voiceformen.com. Sunday's scheduled debate entitled Has Feminism Gone Too Far in Vancouver, British Columbia was postponed when Chris Marshall, a father's rights activist, was suddenly terminated from employment and escorted from the company premises by Vancouver police on Friday. No explanation has been given for Marshall's firing. Similarly, the event was previously scheduled by Vancouver poet Ruth Mason Paul at the East Vancouver Debate Society, but that event was cancelled after Paul reported she had received threats from feminist ideologues who did not want an event in Vancouver where men's activists were allowed to speak. AVfM editor-in-chief John the Other, who was to be a speaker at both of the previous debates, has said that the debate will be rescheduled in the near future. And in other news, this week marks another of AVfM's quarterly fundraising weeks. Readers will find a donation campaign article on the front page all week, and that will include a donation thermometer that tracks the amount of money received. AVfM founder and publisher Paul Elam says that this will be the organization's most ambitious goal so far, aiming to raise $10,000 in this effort. Elam points out that in addition to the increased cost of running the AVfM operation, more money is needed for the AVfM news department. Elam said, "Our news director, Robert O'Hara, wants to send out regular news releases regarding AVfM advocacy, and we need to make that happen." AVfM's John the Other added, "It's not just a website anymore. We're taking on activism on a much larger scale. We need the funds to keep up with it." In other site news, Alec Melvey is near the completion of a forum for men's rights community, and it will be hosted on A Voice for Men. The forum is intended to serve as a worldwide activism-oriented gathering place for men's activists, broken down into geographic regions. Private, secure areas will be made available to groups from different countries and even cities that want to discuss, plan, and execute various activism efforts. AVfM is currently requesting that moderators volunteer to oversee the forum. An official announcement about the forum will be posted on voiceformen.com in the next few days, and a link will be provided to the site's masthead. Also tonight, Tiffany Marie Smith and her 2 children remain missing as of this broadcast. Smith is the former wife of Gordon Smith, who activists from AVfM helped when he was arrested 8 times on 13 allegations by Tiffany Marie. The allegations were later proven to be false, and Mr. Smith was cleared of all charges. Tiffany Marie Smith was arrested and charged with 2 counts of filing a false police report and 1 felony count of making false statements to investigators. Since her arrest, Miss Smith disappeared with her children. This is of particular concern because in the last incident in which his former wife made a false report to the police, she's gone as far as cutting herself with a knife and reporting to police that he had done it to her. Mr. Smith is concerned with what can happen to his children as his ex becomes more desperate in the face of her legal troubles. In our last story tonight, the word misogynist has been thrown around so much at men's activists that its use has morphed into a new meaning. By repetitively saying something false and derogatory about a group of people simply because they oppose the prevailing groupthink about an issue, opponents of the MRM have actually resorted to the type of invective most often employed by racists and other agents of hate. In short, they're calling us niggers. That would likely mean that the most vocal among us are uppity niggers. That is the news for tonight, September 24th, 2012. This is Nerdy Dancing, uppity nigger supporter and trader, saying good night from AVfM News Headquarters.